Hello everybody. Welcome back to EA Football. I'm your boy Ethan, and today we're going to review United versus Brentford. This isn't going to be as long of a video as the other ones. I mean, this game's not as important to Manchester United, but it's just, it's terrible. We deserve to lose this game because they had so many more chances than us to make this a 6-1 game at one point. And we've got nothing to look upon but on the defense. I have some players that played awful. I know we were resting players for Europa League, but just looking at this Manchester United team right now, and we do not deserve Europe. We do not deserve Europe at all. And it's hard because it used to be so good, and now, look at us now. It's a disaster from us, and getting injuries on top of that as well. Ligt gone again. Looking like the Ligt that played at Bayern Munich, the one who always got hurt. And just another terrible loss. And one that reflects just how bad this club is in terms of the situation it's in, and how freaking terrible that defense is from Manchester United in terms of defending set pieces or long throw-ins or corners or crosses or anything that involves going into the air and getting the ball out of the dang box. Just another bad performance. And yes, I know we were resting players, and I know Bruno was off. I know Casemiro wasn't playing. I know Højlund was on the bench. I know Mazraoui wasn't on the team today. I don't know what's wrong with him, and it was still bad because we still had first-team players out there. We had Garnacho out there. We had Menu out there. We had Ugarte out there. We had Dorgu out there. We had Ligt out there. We had 5 first-teamers out there. We still managed to pull this disaster of a performance. And it's not as important. I know. We're really relying on the Europa League for us to... And I don't think we're going to win it still. I don't think we're winning the Europa League. I think we lose in the final, but I'm going to talk about that later in a future video because I can't be asked in this one because I'm very freaking upset. Striker gets no service again. No goal. Obi did not get any service at all. He was forced to make his own chances, and I think he did really well in terms of trying to make chances by himself. Because Garnacho and Mason Mount would not cross the dang ball. Dorgu wouldn't cross the ball. Amas, every time he crossed the ball, it was horrible. And I don't do player FC. I'm not a guy who looks at players and says, oh yeah, they're a good player. I'm going to give this guy a 10 out of 10 because of how good he's been for us recently. I'm not that kind of guy. I look at players and I criticize them like any other player. Messi can drop a stinker and I'll still give him a 4. Ronaldo can drop a stinker, 4. I'm not a player FC guy, but today was just terrible from a select few players. We were down 4-1 at a point. This could have easily been 6 or 7. It was looking as bad as those Ten Hag performances. Look at me spitting all over here. See, this is what Manchester United has me doing. Spitting all over the place, bro. Yeah. It's just bad. Bad performance from Manchester United. I don't have much else to say. Brentford very much deserved the win today and got it done. Their club on the rise. I hope they get into Europe this year. Wishing you guys good luck. Do much better than... They deserve to be in Europe over us. They deserve to be in Europe over us, but I don't know. Football's weird. Let's get to the player ratings. Bayender, it's a 5.5 for me. He looked very shaky in that net, and he could have saved 2 of those shots easily, and he just did not look like he had it covered in that goal today. Would it have been different with Onana? I don't know. I don't know. I still think Onana would have saved some, but Bayender did really poor today. It was a 5.5 for me, and just not a convincing performance from our substitute keeper. Luke Shaw, 4. Get out of this club. Stop playing football. It's so bad. This guy is on $200K a week, injures himself, and hasn't played for a solid 200 games, 200 days without football, and look at him now. He's a shadow of himself, and the thing is, no one wants him, so we can't sell him to anyone, because no one wants him. For the ridiculous amount of money we paid for this guy, nobody wants him, and he's going to either leave as a free agent or be stuck with us for the next few years. And I really hate that, because he is terrible. Luke Shaw is terrible at football. I want him gone. Thing is, we can't get rid of him. So what are we going to do? I genuinely don't know what we do with this guy. 4. Just stop playing. Ligt came off injured. Did not look like himself, to be honest. 5.8 for Ligt. It was not great. Got hurt again. Manchester United always picking up the injury-prone players. 5.8. Fredrickson did not play very well. Well, actually, I think he was the best out of the back 3, actually. I'll give him a 6. But he was responsible for some of the goals. Not marking very well. 6 for me. He's young, so we got to give him a break, but it's a 6. It's just not good. Dorgu, 5.5. It wasn't great either. I know he's young, but the past few performances for Manchester United have all been subpar at best. And it's because he's another developmental player, and Manchester United, since they are so consistent on bringing in players that are developmental, think they can actually give this guy experience. Spoiler alert, we're not good at giving people experience. It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. And another 5.5 for Dorgu. Subpar performance again. Ugarte looked like our best player. 7 for me, but I'm gonna give him man of the match as well. He was our best player and was the only one that gave a damn on the field, basically. He was the only one that pushed for anything. He was the only one that tried anything. The only one who gave energy. And he deserves man of the match. 7 for me. Only player that can hold his head high after this performance. Kobbie Mainoo, 5.5. Actually, I'll give him a 6. At least he tried something in that midfield, but just looked poor again. Poor amongst many. Actually, I'll just give him a 5.5. He didn't really do much at all. When Amorim switched him to the right, didn't work. 5.5. Amas, I'll give him a 6. He actually tried to get forward and tried to put in crosses, although they weren't as quality because he is young. I'll give him credit for at least trying to get into the box and score or put in a cross. So I'll give him a 6. Mason Mount, 6.5. Actually had a decent game today. Scored a good goal, and looked threatening most of the time. But after that goal, he really didn't do much. So I'll demote him to a 6.0, a 6 flat. Looks good, but really went silent after scoring the goal. And yeah, it didn't look good for him. I just see a Chelsea player with him, not a Manchester United player. Garnacho, 6.5. He did play bad today, but he scored a really good goal and looked genuinely threatening for Manchester United. 20 goal contributions as a player who plays on the wing for Manchester United, that's actually pretty decent in terms of our production. So it's a 6.5 for Garnacho. Obi, I'll give him a 6 because he didn't get service and he almost scored off of the chances he created by himself because he didn't get service. 6 for me for Cheetah Obi. He's young, so got to give him a sec to play. Lindelof, 6. Okay, Maguire's 6.5. He looked better than Ligt. Ericsson, 6. Euro, 6.5. He was better. And Diallo, I'll give him a 6.8 because he actually looked very good when he came on and he did score a goal to get United somewhat into the game, even though it was literally just for victory points because it didn't even matter. Amorim gets a 5 today. He got it really wrong. I know he was resting players, but I did not want to get thumped the way we did. Actually, no, I'm not going to give Amorim a 5. It's not his fault. I'm going to give him a 6. It's an average score for me. No 5 for him because it's not his fault that he has to play these players. 6 for me. Actually, no, 6.5. 6.5. He at least managed to get us back into this game with the substitutions. 6.5 for Amorim. It's not his fault that he has to play these players and that he has to empty the bench for the Premier League. He's a guy who's working with the same ingredients Ten Hag had, and you can easily see why it's a failure. That's going to be it for me today, guys. I'm very upset with this result. Just looking forward to the Europa League. We'll see how that goes. Hopefully we could win to go to the final, to lose, but just have to see. Give Tottenham the first trophy. Oh, God, that'd be awful. That's going to be it for me, guys. I will see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.